Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live Interactive English. I am your host, Shane.
And I am Nina.
Hello, Nina. Today we're talking about theme parks.
Yes, I love theme parks.
So, okay, well, what's your favorite theme park?
Okay, well, I don't know if I can say I have a favorite one yet because there is one that I've never been to, but I've always wanted to go.
Wait, do not tell me you've never been to Disneyland. Don't tell me.
I have never been to Disneyland.
What?
In my life.
Oh my goodness. I've been to Disneyland so many times. It's probably because I'm from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The original Disneyland is in Los Angeles.
I'm so jealous.
So I used to go there, like, I would have like a season pass, which means I could kind of go all year.
Oh my God.
As much as I want.
That's
so
amazing.
When I was a kid, I like lived at Disneyland.
Please stop showing
It's
off.
the best.
Because when I was a kid, my father promised me that he would take me to Disneyland once before I'm 18. Never happened.
Oh my goodness.
Never happened. And there's no Disneyland in Taiwan. So
you can go to nearby. Well, now it's difficult, I think, because of COVID to travel and go to theme parks in other countries. But
yes.
Tokyo has a really good Disneyland.
Yeah, hopefully I will go soon. I mean, it's one of my biggest dreams since I was a kid.
Definitely have to go. All of you definitely have to go. I mean, it's Disneyland.
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Maybe one day.
Okay.
Please stop making me sad,
Okay? I'm sorry.
Charlie is at the ticket window of Wild Journeys theme park.
Welcome to Wild Journeys. Is this your first visit?
Yes. I'm not sure which ticket to buy. Maybe you could help me decide?
Sure. We have 4 parks to choose from: Adventureland, Safari Zone, Magic Studio, and Future World. However, because of park capacity, you are limited to 1 park per day. There are 1-day, 2-day, 3-day, and 4-day tickets available.
Is the ticket price the same for all of the parks? I mean, for a 1-day ticket?
Yes, and each 1-day ticket costs $150.
Okay, I'll take 2 1-day tickets for Future World. Thanks.
So we're talking about a trip to the theme park. This is part 1.
A theme park? What's a theme park?
Well, sometimes we call a theme park an amusement park. I mean, it's somewhere that you go to like go on rides and to just kind of play.
Yeah,
right?
have fun, right?
Yeah, and if you think of this word theme, a theme, for example, like a theme park in Taiwan is the
Jiuzhuwan, right?
So if you go there, you're going to notice that there's a lot of things there that represent Aboriginal
tribes, right?
Tribes in Taiwan. So that's the theme of it, is Aboriginal tribes.
Yeah, so usually a theme park would have their own theme, or sometimes you can just call it an amusement park if there's no particular theme, right?
Yeah, and I think that most theme parks are amusement parks because, of course, you're going to be amused there.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun.
You're going to go on rides, you're going to see some shows, and sometimes there's even food, right?
Right.
Restaurants and food and popcorn. Ooh.
All kinds of fun.
I really want to go to a theme park now.
So here we're going to be talking about future fun, and we have a dialogue. So Charlie is at the ticket window of Wild Journeys theme park.
Ooh.
Wild Journeys. Okay, so you can think about like going on different journeys, like maybe a safari or some kind of adventure.
That sounds like fun. All right.
Yeah, so we have 2 characters, an employee and Charlie.
Yeah, you can be the employee. I'll be Charlie.
Well, you be Charlie, okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so the employee says, "Welcome to Wild Journeys. Is this your first visit?"
And Charlie says, "Yes, I'm not sure which ticket to buy. Maybe you could help me decide." Ooh, maybe there are different options for the tickets, right?
Perhaps, okay. Sure. We have 4 parks to choose from. Adventureland, Safari Zone, Magic Studio, and Future World.
Wow.
Okay, this sounds pretty exciting.
I wonder if you can get 4 tickets and go to all of these.
Well, maybe they'll tell us in the dialogue, but we have a zone as a vocabulary word.
Yeah,
Now.
zone. So a zone is basically like an area, right?
Right.
This is the zone in which we do something.
Right, it's
Stay
usually
in
like
the zone.
designated for something to take place there.
Yes.
Right? So for example, sentence we have, the factory is located in the city's industrial zone. So that zone, that area is for industry.
Yeah.
Right? Like companies and
Factories.
like factories. That's the word I was
Yes.
looking for. Factories, yeah.
And studio. What's a studio?
Okay, so here's a magic studio. So a studio is like a place where you, like, let's say you're a painter
Yes.
or you do some kind of art. The place where you do that art, we would call that a studio.
Ah, so an art studio.
Yeah, or if you have some kind of a skill, like you're a dancer or something like that, the area where you do your dancing would be called a studio.
Yeah, or sometimes even where you work, it can be called a studio, right?
Exactly. So here's a magic studio. So probably it's a room where they're going to do magic. So our example sentence, Mrs. Robinson is the owner of a successful dance studio.
There you go.
So we're going to dance in that area, you're going to dance in the studio. Okay, so the park employee had just mentioned that there are 4 parks. However, because of park capacity, you are limited to 1 park per day.
Oh no.
So you can't go to all the parks in one day.
They're trying to make more money, that's why.
Exactly. There are 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and 4 day tickets available.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to go to the parks one at a time. That's such a shame.
So because of the capacity.
Yeah, capacity. So a capacity is the maximum amount of, something that something can take, right? The maximum amount that something can take.
So we're talking about an amusement park or theme park. So the capacity is how many people it can be in there before maybe it's dangerous or before
too many people.
Inconvenient or something like that.
So for example, you can talk about maybe learning capacity. You can say, oh, I have reached my learning capacity.
You can't learn anymore.
Yes, too much information.
Well, the example sentence is the hospital has reached capacity, so doctors will have to start turning away patients.
Oh, isn't that what happened when COVID was very bad in Taiwan?
Exactly. That's really scary in some situations when something is at capacity. So the point really about capacity is how you can manage these things. If something gets beyond that amount, then it becomes hard to manage.
Yes.
Okay, so what is she?
Charlie says, is the ticket price the same for all of the parks? I mean for a one-day ticket. Would it be the same? Let's find out.
Yes, and each one-day ticket costs $150.
That's kind of expensive, isn't it?
I think theme parks, especially in America, are way, way more expensive than they are in Taiwan.
Really?
Maybe that's because they're so much better. I don't
They're bigger for sure,
They're
right?
really much
They're very
bigger,
big.
and there's a lot more rides. And I think their budget to run those parks is much, much higher.
Ah, that's true. I have actually been to Six Flags. Yeah, the
Huge,
rides.
right?
Yeah, the rides at that theme park is so much fun. Are so much fun. All right, and Charlie says, okay, I'll take 2 one-day tickets for Future World. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, so he chose Future World in the end.
We might only just have 1 day to go, or maybe he'll come back another day and get another one-day ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Let's take a break.
Yes.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的对话是关于主题乐园。老师们聊到台湾的主题乐园时，就有提到九族文化村。那这个主题乐园它就是以台湾原住民部落文化为主题。我们补充一下 ，Aboriginal 在 original 前面加上 ab 来构成这个形容词，它可以形容是原住民的。那么 tribe，tribe tribe 就可以指部落部族。那么对话一开始 ，Charlie 在购票窗口呢要询问买票方式。主题乐园的员工告诉他说，有4个园区可以选，有冒险乐园、野生动物园区、魔法工作室，还有未来世界。不过因为园区呢，它有这个可容纳人数的管制，每天只能去1个园区。 那他们会有这个1日票、2日票、3日票、4日票可以选，所有园区的这个1日票票价都一样。那最后 Charlie 他就买了2张未来世界的1日票。来看3个单字 ，zone 它表示地区、地带或是区域。Zone 的前面常常会加其他字词来描述，说是指定作为某个用途的区域。这时候 Shane 老师用到 designate 这个字 ，D-E-S-I-G-N-A-T-E。Designate 这个动词表示指定、划定的意思。下一个单字 studio， 它可以指工作室，也可以指像是练习室、舞蹈练习室，还可以指摄影棚啊、录音室等等。再来看 capacity。这个名词它表示可容纳人数，那它也可以指容量、容积的意思。那我们继续回到课文中。
Charlie and Lucy are lost. They flag down a park employee.
Excuse me, we're trying to get to the launch pad. Which way is it?
The launch pad is on the east side of Future World. Head back toward the entrance and make a right at the test track. From there, follow the signs to the launch pad.
Is there somewhere on the way where we could stop for a bite to eat?
You should see several food stands on the way. If you're looking for a restaurant, Cloud Jupiter is on the 2nd floor of the Crystal Palace. I recommend the Europa Burger with potato stars.
Great, thank you.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. So what were we talking about earlier?
Well, so Charlie just got a ticket for, he's at the amusement park and got a ticket for Future World,
Yes.
a one-day ticket.
Ooh, he's going with Lucy, right?
Right, so now we're gonna have a dialogue and it's called Lost in Future World.
Okay.
So now Charlie and Lucy, I think you're gonna have to be 2 characters here.
Yes,
Because
it's okay. I can be 2 characters.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can be the employee.
I'll
I
still
can
be the employee.
multitask.
All right, so Charlie and Lucy are lost. Uh-oh. They flagged down a park employee.
Ooh, flag down. What's flag down?
Flag down. If you flag down somebody, that means you wave your arm to, like, I guess it's supposed to be like a flag,
kind of
right?
like a calling for someone.
Yeah, so
like, look over here.
right. And why? Because you want them to maybe pick you up or come over to you. So we'll say flag a taxi.
Yeah, you can flag a taxi. What about at a restaurant?
Oh, you can flag down the
waiter?
right?
Okay, yeah,
Hey,
so-
hey.
Like, hey, look over here. I need your help. Right?
Okay, so Charlie, you need to do that part.
All right, so Charlie says, excuse me, we're trying to get to the launch pad. Which way is it?
Oh, so
Launch pad.
They're in Future World, so launch pad is probably going to be for, like,
Launching something, maybe
Right.
like a rocket, right?
because they're going to go to outer space,
Maybe.
something like that.
So a pad would be just the space where you do the launching, right? You just,
Right.
there you go. You go up.
So the employee says the launch pad is on the east side of Future World. Head back toward the entrance and make a right at the test track.
Oh.
From there, follow the signs to the launch pad. Oh, directions.
Are you good with directions?
I don't think anybody's that good. If you don't know anything and somebody says that to you, take a right, follow. It's easier to just use like a
Yeah.
map or something.
Maybe they have a map and they're looking at it while the employee is telling them, right?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I know the dialogue, they are not looking at a map.
Okay,
because,
they just have to remember it.
because I was the employee acting in this dialogue, so I know, in fact, there is no map. You just have to remember.
Okay, then let's see if Charlie and Lucy have a good memory. Let's see what Lucy says. Is there somewhere on the way where we could stop for a bite to eat? Oh, so stopping for a bite to eat basically just means that you want to eat something.
Right.
Yeah.
As we say, let's go get a bite to eat.
Yes.
The feeling is it's not very formal.
Yeah.
Probably it's going to be like
More
fast.
relaxed.
And probably fast food, or
Yeah.
you're usually not going to have a waiter, and it's not going to have like a very fancy restaurant. Just get something really quickly to eat.
Yes.
Okay. So the employee says, you should see several food stands on the way. If you're looking for a restaurant, Cloud Jupiter is on the second floor of the Crystal Palace.
Oh, okay. So Cloud Jupiter is a restaurant.
All right. So they want a bite to eat, and he did recommend like some restaurants, and probably they're going to get served. So maybe I was wrong. I guess in general, a bite to eat just means get something to eat.
Yeah, it does. It's just a casual way of saying it. Yeah, let's go grab a bite to eat. I'm starving.
Okay. I recommend the Europa burger with potato stars.
Oh, I see that they're staying with a theme, right?
Yes.
Future world.
Future world.
with
Yeah,
the
so that's the
stars.
idea of a theme park, right?
Yeah.
Probably all the food is going to have names that relate to the future. I think in this situation, when we think of the future, we think of traveling to different worlds, right?
Yes.
Traveling into outer space.
Yes.
So we're going to see a lot of those kind of themes there.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, right? All right, so Lucy says, great, thank you. So we mentioned there was a restaurant in the palace, right? What's a palace?
Right. So it was a Crystal Palace. The palace is basically where a king or queen, like royalty, lives.
Yes, where royalty lives. So like a princess, for example, if you've seen the movie Aladdin, Princess Jasmine lives in a beautiful palace.
She sure does. That's such a great Disney movie, right?
I love that
Speaking
one.
of the theme park, Disneyland, right?
Yes.
Their theme has reached out everywhere to the whole world, right?
Yeah.
So the example sentence we have, this house is huge. It feels like I'm inside a palace.
Yes. I mean, when I go to my friend's home where she has maybe 5 stories and a swimming pool and everything is massive, I tell her, you live in a palace. You wouldn't understand.
Do you have a friend like that?
Yeah, I do. She lives in Mexico.
So she's rich?
Yeah, her family's rich.
So if you live in a palace, you get the idea that she's living like a queen or living like a princess, right? Wow, I'm so jealous. I want
Me
friends
too.
like that.
Yeah, anytime I go to Mexico, she's like, you know, we have a lot of space for you. We have a swimming pool.
Oh, maybe,
She has her own house with a pool.
maybe you can give her a number. If I ever go to Mexico, I could go stay in her palace.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully you learned a little something about theme parks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
在第二段对话里面 ，Charlie 和 Lucy 在未来乐园迷路了。Nina 老师她要一人分饰两角，要念这2个人的台词，她就说 I can multitask。我们来学这个字哦 ，multitask。multitask 就可以表达同时做多件事情、处理多项任务的意思。好，那对话里面 ，Charlie 和 Lucy 他们就挥手拦下一名园区的工作人员，向他询问说：“往发射台是要怎么走呢？”工作人员说：“发射台是在未来世界的东边，那他要他们回到入口，在测试轨道的地方右转，从那边跟着指标走就可以了。” Lucy 顺便问了路上有什么地方可以停下来吃点东西。那工作人员回答说，路上有好几个食物摊位，如果要找餐厅，餐厅是在水晶宫的2楼。那还特别向他们推荐餐点哦。文中用到 flag down somebody or something， 在这边是指挥手示意要什么什么停下来。那么 stop for a bite to eat。Stop for a bite to eat 就是说停下来吃点东西，其中的 a bite 在这边它就是指少量的食物。再来看单字 palace，palace 表示皇宫、宫殿。老师们讲解时用到 royalty 这个字，就是 royal 后面加上 ty 构成这个名词，它表示王室、皇族或是王室成员。还有用到一个形容词叫 massive。massive 可以形容是巨大的、大规模的或是大量的。那这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 head。头，它当动词可以指前往，朝什么方向走，像 head home 可以表达回家 ，head south 可以表达朝南方前进等等。那我们常常会用 head to 或是 head for 再加名词，表达前往某地。例如 ，We hopped on the bus and headed to our next stop。我们搭公车前往下一站。那至于如果你用 head back to 加上名词，则是表达回到某处。例如 ，They headed back to the hotel after dinner。他们吃完晚餐后就回饭店了。下一个重点是动词 recommend， 它有推荐、介绍的意思，后面可以接名词或动名词。例如 He recommended this book to me. 他推荐这本书给我。那要特别注意哦，虽然中文会说他推荐我这本书，可是英文不能说成 He recommended me this book. 这个用法不正确哦。我们的词序应该是 recommend something to somebody 才对。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Charlie is at the ticket window of Wild Journeys theme park.
Welcome to Wild Journeys. Is this your first visit?
Yes, I'm not sure which ticket to buy. Maybe you could help me decide?
Sure. We have 4 parks to choose from: Adventureland, Safari Zone, Magic Studio, and Future World. However, because of park capacity, you are limited to 1 park per day. There are 1-day, 2-day, 3-day, and 4-day tickets available.
Is the ticket price the same for all of the parks? I mean, for a one-day ticket?
Yes, and each 1-day ticket costs $150.
Okay, I'll take 2 one-day tickets for Future World. Thanks.
Charlie and Lucy are lost. They flag down a park employee.
Excuse me, we're trying to get to the launch pad. Which way is it?
The launch pad is on the east side of Future World. Head back toward the entrance and make a right at the test track. From there, follow the signs to the launch pad.
Is there somewhere on the way where we could stop for a bite to eat?
You should see several food stands on the way. If you're looking for a restaurant, Cloud Jupiter is on the 2nd floor of the Crystal Palace. I recommend the Europa Burger with potato stars.
Great, thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Oliver.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're going to play Guess the Bear. And so we each have a word or phrase on these cards. Actually, we have 2, and we have to replace the keyword with bear. And the other person has to guess what it is. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Am I going first?
Sure.
So I'll read first?
Yeah.
All right, we got 1 minute on the clock to guess, so 1 minute, let's go. Okay, the first one is a noun. The stadium seating bear is 50,000. We don't have room, we're at bear.
Capacity.
That's right. The next one is another noun. The Sultan lived in a huge bear. The presidential bear is open for tours.
Palace.
Yes. The next one is another noun. We went on a bear in South Africa. He photographs lions while on bear.
Safari.
That's right. Wow.
Pretty easy.
Blaze through those ones.
Okay, and please start the clock. Here we go.
Okay.
This is a verb. I bear the chocolate cake. It's delicious. Which internet service do you bear?
Wait, I can't remember. No.
Again?
Use? No, it's not. I mean, all right, next one.
Okay. A noun. The country exists in an earthquake bear. Our school is a no smoking bear.
Zone.
Yes. Noun. The show is recorded with a live bear audience. He recorded his song in a soundproof bear.
Studio.
Yes. So the other one was a verb. I bear the chocolate cake. It's delicious. And which internet service do you bear?
What I bear? I don't cake and internet. Make the connection. No.
Well, which internet service do you bear? It was recommend.
Oh.
So it's
okay.
I recommend the chocolate cake. It's delicious. And which internet service do you recommend?
I see. Wasn't thinking the
No,
waiter.
I get it. It's not actually that obvious.
Thinking like I ate, I devoured, and then
Yeah.
See you next time.